This is a Wapishana hammock. It is one of the finest examples of textile art in the world. It is made by the indigenous people living in the Rupununi savannahs of southern Guyana. Surrounded by mountains and forests, the Rupununi savannahs encompass vast grasslands interspersed with forest islands, lines of ite palm trees, giant anthills, meandering rivers, and an immense diversity of wildlife. The remote, rolling plains are home to two indigenous groups, the Wapishana and Mukushi, as well as to a small population of Kril settlers and ranchers. The Wapishana and Mukushi live in small villages scattered throughout the savannahs. Houses are made of adobe, thatched with palm leaves. Like most Amerindians of Amazonia, the Wapishana and Mukushi depend heavily upon cassava, a staple starch which is planted in the nearby forests. For centuries, the hammock has been the bed of indigenous peoples throughout South America. Warm, portable, and beautiful, the hammock remains an essential item in Amerindian houses all over the continent. The indigenous people of South America are renowned for uniting beauty and utility in all their material culture. The Wapishana hammock is a remarkable example of this tradition. It is a truly functional piece of exquisite textile art. This hammock is made by women of the Rupununi Weavers Society, a non-governmental organisation based in the Rupununi savannahs of Guyana. It is completely handmade, incorporating some 500 hours of painstaking craft. The hammock is made from pure, natural, undyed cotton grown by the Wapishana and Mukushi people. The cotton is hand-spun by women living in villages throughout the Rupununi. This is the most time-consuming part of the hammock production. The natural undyed cotton strings are arranged or framed on a large wooden loom, also handmade by the weavers. Weaving the main body of a hammock requires the greatest amount of concentration, taking approximately 3 weeks. The plaiting of the scalines, heads and fringes takes another 2 weeks. The result is a unique hammock of unparalleled beauty. Anne Sutton, weaving expert and author of Craft of the Weaver, said of the hammock, "Modest, practical, elegant and tasteful as they appear at first glance, they must be among the few wonders of the textile world today, ranking alongside our highest technological developments. Their design, as well as their manufacture, has evolved through centuries of use, like that of a fine basket." The Rupununi Weavers Society was established in 1991 as a non-governmental organisation. One of its aims was to assist in providing a sustainable income to local indigenous people through the production and sale of high-quality cotton hammocks. Each participating village is represented on the main management body. In addition to this vital economic contribution, the Society has helped to ensure the survival of an ancient part of Wapishana culture. In a rapidly modernising world, indigenous art forms are fading fast from memory. An important component of the Rupununi Weavers Project has been the revival of the dying tradition of hand weaving.
Finding the information to restore the original weaving took about 2 years and was mainly a result of a lot of research with the older women, research through archives, pen and ink drawings. There were some photographs. By and large, the main input was still in the minds of the old ladies, and what they really needed was some form of picture or some form of drawing to stimulate their memory. And once they'd seen something, it was quite clear that they could pick it up very quickly. It wasn't that they were being taught it, it was that they were being helped to remember it.
She said she was glad to taught her daughter about the hammock, and she put her to frame it on the frame. She said she didn't have like plenty times like to be showing her. She just come and show her how to do it, and she learned quickly. So she was glad that her daughter learned to make hammock. And she said, even me that I learned from my mother, that I can teach my children too.
Since its inception, the Rupununi Weavers Project has expanded its range and scope. Much of this has been made possible by ongoing support from the British government. Most recently, through a donation from the Guyana Telephone and Telegraph Company, the Society has entered the global world of the Internet. This has proven to be a crucial tool for communication and the sharing of ideas and knowledge. Currently, it is also being explored as a way of marketing the hammocks.
One of the reasons that this particular project caught my attention is the need for Amerindian people and indigenous peoples everywhere to be able to improve their quality of life through economic advancement without destroying the environment and without destroying their culture. And in fact, this is one example of a great buzzword called sustainable development.
The Rupununi Weavers Society is supported by the Guyana Bank for Trade and Industry. The bank is in charge of the electronic commerce system that makes it possible to sell hammocks through the internet.
The product they are manufacturing and selling has more value outside of Guyana than in Guyana. It has international value because of the art involved in it, because of the culture, and as we go beyond the boundaries of Guyana for commerce, the way to go is through e-commerce.
Before times we were not able to sell our hammocks at this price which we are selling it now at $1,000 US. And now we've sold six hammocks so far, and it is now budding, and as far as I can see, it's getting bigger, and it will improve family lifestyle here and in the savannahs. Because for the past, we've been able to go and do some trading with cash before we used to do with barter. And I know a lot of people in the savannahs will benefit from it.
All the income from the hammock sales, aside from what is needed for administration and training costs, goes directly to the weavers and the villagers who grow cotton. By buying a Wapishana hammock, you are having a direct positive impact on the lives of the Wapishana and Makushi people.
Money what I get and I keep in it to finish off my house.
The money will help to buy food stuff for my family, clothes for my children.
To order a hammock, go to the Rupununi Weavers website at www.gol.net.gy/rweavers. Payment can be made directly through the internet via credit card. The hammocks are sent on small planes to Georgetown, where they are safely packed and DHL shipped to the purchaser anywhere in the world. It is a great tribute to the integrity of the Wapishana hammock that the acquisitions boards of the British Museum, Cambridge University and the Smithsonian Institute have purchased hammocks to add to their South American indigenous art collections. Queen Elizabeth of England and His Royal Highness Prince Philip are also owners of Wapishana hammocks.
Pamit yung kunaw, nagpara